If you were a big fan of the Maelstrom in Norway and Epcot, I hate to tell you, but it's time to let it go. See what I did there? Hello everybody, and welcome to this new twist on the Disney Q&A that I'm going to be trying for a little while. Welcome to the mini Q&A. Today's question actually involves a bit of recent Disney park news. Today, Disney Parks President Tom Staggs announced that the Maelstrom at the Norway Pavilion here in Epcot is going to be replaced with an attraction based on Frozen. This has been a rumor for quite a while, and when it was brought to me on the Q&A as a rumor, I treated it just like a rumor, but now it's official, it's really going to happen, and it looks like they're going to start working on it like relatively soon. Anyway, the question comes from multiple people, but among them you have Jeremiah Rivera, who says, Disney has officially decided to replace Maelstrom with a Frozen-themed attraction. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think this is a good move, or do you think it steers away from the historical and cultural history of the Norway Pavilion? And Bowie Badger asks, what do you think of Frozen ride replacing Maelstrom? Personally, I hate Frozen at the parks, and I hate the idea of it. So I think it's pretty easy no-brainer as to why they're doing this, right? Frozen's an amazing sensation, and Norway is probably the closest country in Epcot that you could, attach it to. So that sort of makes sense. Having to get an attraction in there makes total sense too. They're going to capitalize on something that's doing really, really well. What do I think about this? I think this is fine. Listen, I'm not a huge Frozen fan. I watched the movie. I really enjoyed it. I saw it like twice, and that was it. I don't have the, compulsion to rewatch it a million times or anything like that. But I am excited to see something new come to the parks. I think this will add some new life to World Showcase, which, to be honest, isn't a super kid-friendly part of Epcot. It'll hopefully, relieve some of the lines off of Soarin' and Test Track, because this will be the new big ride that everybody's waiting for. So it'll give those rides a sort of a breather. But just to go and address some of the negativity that I've been seeing with this news, you have to understand, when Walt Disney built Disneyland back in the 50s, he deliberately built a park that was meant to be always changing, always adapting. And that is something that the Disney company has stuck to for all of these years. No ride is too sacred to stay there forever. I really enjoyed the Maelstrom. I will miss it. But luckily, it's 2014. We live in a day and age where I am 2 seconds away from looking up an HD ride through, which of course isn't going to totally recreate that experience, but it's way more than people had even 2 decades ago, where you hopefully had a home video and that was your only option. So I'm more okay today than I ever was before with rides being replaced with something else. And for something like this, which is really, really old and, really showing its age, I'm okay with it being replaced as well. Now, that said, yeah, I do partially agree that this isn't really fully within the spirit of Epcot or World Showcase. But I think it's unsurprising to see that the Disney company, as it is today, is doing this. I don't think another ride would have been put in its place at all. I think it would have been the sort of thing like Wonders of Life. It would have been shut down, and you would have never heard of anything, unless you tied it in with something like Frozen. So I would go as far as to say Frozen probably saved the Maelstrom or the Norway Pavilion, as far as having a ride in World Showcase. Now, of course, this is going to be an interesting episode of Revisiting Disney, but, that's a whole other story. So there you have it. The Maelstrom will be closing on October 5th, so pretty soon, and the new ride based on Frozen is slated for early 2016. So there's not going to be a ride over in Norway for a while. But, just to add some more context, the Maelstrom opened in 1988. It is almost as old as I am, so this is a really old attraction. It was due for a change. Of course, there's going to be a lot of debate over whether it should have been Frozen or not, but I think after Frozen's success, it was a no-brainer. I'm excited to see what they do with it and how they treat it, and hopefully if it revitalizes this part of the park, maybe it could be enough so to get them to add attractions elsewhere in World Showcase. Anyway, I want to know what you think. Let me know below in the comments. Do you think this is a good idea or a bad idea? Furthermore, if you have a Disney question, you can leave it below in the comments. I'm hoping that I'd be just doing these shorter videos with like 1 or 2 questions, but do them more frequently. And they won't be replacing my daily videos, but they'd just be in addition to the daily videos. So if you have a Disney question, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Have a great week, everybody. Whatever you're doing, make the most of it because it makes it that much better. And I hope to see you next time for the next Disney Q&A. Bye, everybody.